Thanks for joining us for Kidlife Live, episode 41. Hey, we're having a great time. This happens to be one of our last episodes as we get ready to join back in person. We are starting to do these only on Saturday, and so if you're watching on Sunday, you get a chance to join us via replay. But we're glad you're joining us no matter what time it is. Hey, today's our football edition because for a lot of teams and a lot of people, this has been kind of kickoff week or kickoff weekend, and we thought it'd be fun to highlight that, and it fits really well into what we're talking about this month. Not only that God has a plan, hence the song that you heard, but also this idea that we get to hang out with each other. We get to be friends, that we get to know one another. As my shirt says, that it changes when you know someone, when you know something about someone, and when we know what you like, when we know your favorite football teams, when we know things about you, it impacts how we see you. Now, some of you that may change if it's a team you don't like, but that is okay because we asked you to put some of your favorite teams in the Facebook chat, in the comment, and we got a variety, everything from professional to high school. And so that's what's cool about this, is that in America, the sport of football is pretty diverse. And so we're going to have some fun today with football trivia as well as talking about a little bit of what we're talking about in our lessons. Now, we want you to remember that you can always find those out there on real.life/family resources, that you can always go there, and those are available all week, as well as some really cool activities you can do at home with the supplies you have at home. And you guys can continue to reinforce these lessons, but we're super excited that on October 4th, the plan is that we're going to start regathering. And so be looking for information about what does that mean for your family and how do you get involved in that, and what steps are we taking to make sure that you guys have a great, safe time while you get to join us in person for weekend services. But the cool thing is, even though you may not be able to join us in person, we're still going to post all of this stuff. So you'll still be able to find that and keep up with what we're talking about and the lessons that we're teaching. So, hey, we're excited that you guys are joining us. And as I mentioned, you can find all those lessons also. Just subscribe to our YouTube page because we think that would be super awesome. Now, preschool is doing a cool lesson this month. We are talking about ice cream sundaes. And not just ice cream sundaes, but the importance that when you make an ice cream sundae, we learned last week, and I think the girls learned, that it's important to have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, it doesn't turn out all that well. Let's just say, if you go watch it back, that certain kinds of ice cream and barbecue sauce, not a great combination. So you'll have to go check that out because we think that's going to be great. Hey, we also wanted to make sure you know that some of us, hopefully, will see you at tomorrow's backyard prayer and worship night. Now, if you haven't signed up, you have to go to the website to see if there's still spots because it's almost full. There's going to be a ton of us. It's going to be fun. We're going to be spaced out in our field. We're going to get to pray and worship together. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys there. So definitely come and say hi because it's been a while since we've seen some of you guys. So without further ado, I've got a couple of football fans that I want to bring on to help me out with some football activities. So ladies, come on in. So if you can't tell, Gemma, it may be obvious, but who, as we ask them, I'll ask you guys, who's your favorite football team?
The football.
The football.
Oh, cool.
Avid, passionate football fans, as you can tell. They are wearing Oklahoma Sooner gear, which happens to be our team, and at least in our family of choice. Now, they might not be the most avid, but we're going to see what they know about football and about the plan that happens in football. Ruth, that's a very nice look you've got there.
Yes.
That's impressive. That's all I can say. That's a thing. You look good. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We're going to play a game called Part of Football. Now, you guys, I showed this to you earlier, and let's just start. I wasn't even planning on discussing this particular image. What do you see when you look at this, ladies? Just to prove you how avid they are.
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe. Both of them said, we're playing tic-tac-toe. No.
Yes.
Girls, let me explain. Okay?
Okay.
The X's, okay, are the defense, and the O's are the offense. Okay? They're representing plays that you could run, and the little arrow is telling the guy where to go.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? Because that's how they teach plays. But
That doesn't make sense.
clearly, I think this is going to be a great game. So you got to stay tuned because it'll be very interesting, don't you guys? Okay, so here's how it's going to work.
Okay.
I am going to ask you guys, I'm going to show you a picture, okay, or a word, and I'm going to ask you a question about it. As soon as you think you know the answer, blow your whistle, okay? Okay, I thought you were ready to blow. I was like, okay, let's wait for it. Okay, blow your whistle. Once you blow, the first one will get to answer. The one at the end with the most right answers wins. If there are no right answers, then
You pick a winner.
we'll just pick a winner. I like it.
Or
Okay,
both win.
okay. This is
Oh,
a...
a field.
That wasn't the question, but you are correct. That is a football field. Good job, Gemma. Okay, the question about the football field is, how long is a standard football field? Ruth.
I think it's
I think she's
5 yards.
5 yards. Gemma, would you like, I'm just going to let you go higher or lower than that. Do you think it's longer or shorter than 5 yards?
Longer.
Longer.
I remember hearing about something about how many cars. I don't know how many cars it is, but it's about like 10 or something cars.
It's about 10 cars. It is technically 100 yards is a football field. So Gemma, you get that point.
Yes.
5 yards is one segment that we see here, Ruth. Like, those are 5-yard markers.
Yeah, the five's in the middle.
It had a 5 in the middle, so you went with it. I like this. Well, it's a good question. It's the 50-yard line. Don't ask questions that we don't know the answers to. Okay, next question. In a football game, what is this item used for? Oh, Gemma. Okay. Wow, she's trying hard.
To mark out where the field stops.
Where the field stops. That's
Like where you can't go past.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting idea. Okay, Ruth.
When they practice, they throw the football at the target.
Oh, that's an interesting idea too. I like this. You guys are owning this right now. Okay, technically I can't give it to either of you. This is a down and distance marker. So when this tells them how far they have to go to get a first down. Okay.
I'm sorry, did you just call it a marker?
A marker, yes.
That is not a marker.
Okay, well, okay. I'm hoping this one might be a little simpler. Okay. Okay. Whoa.
What is that they call it?
What? That's my question. What is this called, Ruth?
It's called, wait, hold on.
Make the motion. You'll think of it. Help them out in the chat.
This is the middle.
It's a fork.
Throw the football in.
They throw the football in.
Yes.
They throw the football in it to
it's
make a goal.
It's like a large.
field
I
goal.
promise my girls have watched football before.
It's a field goal.
It's a field. Ruth got it. It's a field goal. Oh, Ruth, it's 1-1. Okay. Whew. We're off to a good start. Okay. Now, I mentioned that one of the reasons we're doing this is because in football, they have plans. They call them plays. There's a plan that you run a play, just like God has a plan for us. Now, some are harder, some are easier, some don't always go the way we think they should. So I'm going to show you a word that is the term for a play. I'm going to ask you, what do you think happens in that play, okay?
Got this down.
Okay, you got this down. Are you ready? The first play I want you to tell me about is a reverse. Whoa, Gemma was on it. What happens in a reverse, Gemma?
You go backwards.
You go backwards.
I know.
Okay, what do you think?
Reverse is where they say, like, they trade off teammates, right?
They trade off teammates.
Yeah, like, one
That's
person's there, but then they, like, and there's someone sitting on the bench, right? And then they come
That's
up.
soccer.
that. I think that there might even be hockey. Like,
No,
but
that's soccer.
okay, but Gemma might have been the closest. Technically, a reverse is where they carry the ball towards one side of the field and then carry it the other. So here's our X's and O's, remember? Okay? And the little guy starts with the ball, and he's going this way, and then he hands it to this guy who's going this way. So they trick everybody to go.
It looks
Yeah.
like really hard math.
It looks like really hard math.
Why don't you make it
It's
that
like
hard?
algebra. But yeah,
Why don't you just say, this guy goes there, and the other guy takes the ball and goes
well, they're
there?
tricking people.
No.
That's the idea. They're trying to they're trying to move the ball.
When
Well,
they
sure,
do
okay.
the O's.
I'm really curious about this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tell me what happens in this play. The Statue of Liberty. Oh, okay. I think I heard Gemma first. What happens in a Statue of Liberty play?
You are a statue. You stay there.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Ruth,
I think that the Statue of Liberty is.
tell
like-
them. Yeah.
I think that they like fly to New York or something.
Oh, okay. It only
Steal
okay.
it for
So,
good luck.
so oh, they steal it for good luck, kind of like you do in college, where you get their
Yeah.
or high school, you get their mascot. So they go to the Statue of Liberty, they steal it for good luck when you're playing the city of New York in football. I like it. Okay. They give it back. Well, obviously, I mean
But
that.
they don't apologize.
This is incredible stuff. I'm loving the thought process here. Gemma might be the closest, so I think I'm going to give her a point. Technically, it is where the quarterback drops back. Okay, our X's and O's again. Okay, the quarterback drops back and he holds the ball like this, like a statue, acts like he's going to pass it, but then the guy runs behind him and grabs it and runs the other way.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's the Statue of Liberty play. That's the
Yeah.
play. I know. I'll give you one more. Let's see. One more shot because I think Gemma's ahead. Okay? Okay. This one, I love this name. Tell me what a flea flicker is. What is a flea flicker? Okay, I heard Ruth first.
It's where they pretend to throw the ball, like you said, and then they grab behind them, and then the other person flicks the other team.
They flick the other team. So at some point, they're walking around flicking the other team.
Yeah, distracts them.
It distracts them. You know what? That would be distracting to see a big burly football player coming at me flicking me. That would be a thing. Gemma, any other thoughts on a flea flicker? You going with that answer?
No.
Okay, she's doing the motion.
The ball.
You throw the ball.
Yes.
It is a throw. Here's what happens. Okay?
Was I closer?
All right? They throw. One guy takes the ball. It's called the quarterback. He throws the ball to another player. That player then, in some cases, will throw the ball back to the quarterback so that he's open and can run with the ball.
Why is there lines now?
Well, because this is where they run. It's like traffic patterns. It's a lot. It's a lot. I feel like you guys have learned a lot right now, and I feel like I've got to declare Gemma the winner. I'm sorry, Ruth. But you did great.
Flea flick you.
I'm flea.
Wait, but you need
This
the ball
is-
first.
You've got to have a football, which I'm glad we don't have one because I feel like you would throw it at me. But hey, the reason we did that is because, right, just like football has a plan, right, and everybody has to stick to the plan, and maybe you saw at the beginning our video about kind of how football started, and when they started, they didn't have a plan, and they didn't have rules, and so because of that, it was hard to play each other. It was hard to play the game, and so just like this, if all the players don't know what's happening, it's hard to play, just like God has a plan for you, and we're learning today about Joseph for our preschoolers, and when he was in jail, that he had to wait on God's plan, even though it didn't make sense, even though it was hard. And so, Ruth, can you read that verse for us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11.
Uh-huh.
Note.
Milt. New Living Translation is where that one happens
No,
to come
Nolt.
from. Nolt? We're going to go with Nolt on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Milt, Nolt, I'll take it. Either way,
It's
we're making up words, so it's good. Right? Hey, and remember, there's actions to go with it. You guys ready? We're going to let our friend help us with the actions again. Here we go. You ready?
I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11.
Okay, one more time. You ready?
For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11.
Okay, real quick. Last chance, girls. Whoop. Let me jump forward up here. Okay, are you ready? Can you do the actions? I'm not going to help you. Let's see if you can do it.
For I know the plans I have for you.
You.
Says
The
the
Lord.
Lord.
Uh-huh.
Jeremiah 29:11.
Something.
Jeremiah 29:11. It's not something. It's Jeremiah 29:11. There is hey, it's only week 2. So we got some weeks to work on it and learn it, and we're going to come back and crush it next week, aren't we?
Yes.
Hey, you guys have done great. Thanks for being good sports with football and hanging out with us. Sports! That's right. You guys have been awesome. Hey, I'm going to let you jump out of here and bring on somebody who might know a little more about sports as we talk about our elementary lesson. And our elementary lesson and theme this month is all about this idea of block party, that everybody's invited, and that we're focusing on friendship, this idea of using our words and our actions to show others we care. Now, Zane, we need to have a quick talk. Come on in here. Now, Zane, you had proposed the idea at one point when we were talking about this, that you wanted to know everyone's favorite football teams.
Correct.
So that you could tell them why they were not as good as yours.
Exactly.
Now,
unless
okay.
they were the Saints,
Okay.
the Sooners.
Okay, Saints, Sooners. Okay, here's my
That's
question.
about it.
Do you feel like that would fit in with this?
Yes, if
Oh.
they happen to like the same football team
Oh,
as me.
only if they do. You know what? I don't know that it does, because here's the thing. Even if their football teams may not be as great as yours, we still want to show them we care. Right? I mean, even if they are a fan of some of those football teams, like our good friend Scott Chevalier, like the Ohio State Buckeyes, he's still going to be our friend. Even though maybe, not my favorite team, right? Because we want to show others we care with our words and our actions. And so we are going to see how much you think you know about football. Because, hey, here's the thing. Friends love one another. So as we talk about in the message this week that you'll watch out there, hey, guess what? We're talking about David and Jonathan. Do you remember that story? Where Jonathan shows what real friendship is, because he kind of steps in the way of his dad, who's really mad at David, and sticks up for him. So it's a pretty cool deal, right? Because it's reinforcing our verse, right? That a friend loves at all times, that they're there to help when trouble comes. And so trouble can come in football season when your team doesn't do so well, right? And sometimes you need a friend not to point out that they did bad, but to be your friend, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so you know a lot about football, so I thought I would put that to the test today. Okay? So here's how this is going to work. In this box, I have something.
Ooh.
The loser has to eat what's in the box.
That doesn't
Okay.
seem concerning.
It should be concerning. The loser's in the box, I promise it is not alive. Okay? Well, that much I can tell you. Okay, it is called, because they know a lot about a lot of sports, it is called football, or football.
Okay.
Yes. Football, or football.
I feel like these two are the same, but just
It's
different
slightly
fonts.
different, because here's how this game is going to work. I'm going to show you a logo. That logo either comes from the Canadian Football League,
Okay.
it comes from international football teams, or soccer teams as some know them,
Okay.
or it comes from Division III American football teams.
Oh boy.
And you have to tell me which one. If you get 3 out of 5 correct, I have to consume what's in there. If you get less than 3, you got to consume what's in there.
Okay.
All right? Are you up for the task?
I got this.
You got this? Because you know a lot of sports, so I thought I wasn't going to make it easy on you. Like, there's a lot of teams that you would easily get. These, not so much.
Okay.
All right? Are you ready?
Show me.
Okay, here is our first logo. Tell me, is this Canadian, international soccer, or Division III?
Canadian Football League.
Canadian Football League. Are you sure about that?
Positive.
You're positive.
Positive. I think it is.
You think, are you sure? You're not going soccer on this one?
No.
You sure?
No.
You positive?
Positive.
Oh, you are actually correct. That is the Sarnia Imperials from Ontario.
Don't test my sports knowledge.
Wow, that was impressive so far. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Tell me about
Soccer.
soccer.
Football.
Football from where?
This is Tacoma. This is the Tacoma Bears. I think it's South American.
Oh, you know what? Unfortunately, I can't give that one to you. It happens to be football, but it is
okay.
a Mexico
Central
City
America.
football team, so I'm going to not give you credit.
Okay.
No, that wasn't the case at all.
That's fine.
No, that wasn't the case. Okay, you're a 2 out of 2, dude. Okay, this one.
That's football. That's not Canadian football. That's Division.
You think that's Division III
That's
football?
Division 3 football.
Are you sure about this?
Positive.
Really?
Positive.
Okay, let's see. You would be correct there. This is a Division III football from Danville, Kentucky, and the box is mine. But let's see
There you
if
go,
you can
friend.
get the last 2.
Okay.
That was impressive. Okay,
This is CFL, Canadian Football League. They're the Tiger Cats.
So what we have proven so far is that my son watched way too much sports. So we're going to cut back on that. So for parents out there, this is a time where we learn things about our kids and we realize got to put some limits on the sports. But that was impressive. Okay, last one. I want to see if you can get this one.
Okay.
Interesting. What is this one?
Ooh, I do not know what this
What
one
is this one? What is this one? Should have led with this one. Got into his head, but instead.
Oh, man.
You got 3 options. Canadian, tell them out there.
I
Canadian.
think that this is football.
You think
this is soccer.
This is a
Football.
soccer. Okay.
Yes, I think this
You
is.
think this? Are you sure?
I think so.
You know what? You would be correct. It is the South Korean national team logo.
I did not know that.
I know, but dude, you crushed it.
5
So
for 5.
you crushed that. So I crush. As we know on this show, we can't go down without some jiggly gel. So I will do this. And while I do this, Zane, I am gonna have you. If I this doesn't. I know. That doesn't want to come apart. Hey, while we do this. Oh, it's got the fun bits in it. We love us some jiggly gels on this show. They go down great. While I attempt to consume this, I'm gonna have you read the memory verse to him. You ready?
Okay. A friend loves at all times. They are there to help when trouble comes. Proverbs 17:17.
Very nice. I think it was papaya. I'm not sure. I just made that up. I don't know what flavor it was, but it was fruity of sorts. But a friend does love it all the time, so I ate that for you because we're friends, and I take one for the team, and rightfully so because you got all those correct. So well done. But the idea is that no matter what your team is, no matter how obscure, no matter how much you like them, that the point is that when we know stuff about each other, it helps us to show others that we love one another, that we step up for one another. And so, hey, we're excited that we get to see you guys in person. Hopefully tomorrow night we'll get to see you guys at our backyard praise and worship night, or prayer and worship night, because it's going to be great, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if not, we hope to see you at church real soon. So as we always love to say, Zane, what do we say?
God's
crazy about you.